Using Word to create a publisher-like student worksheet. You can see here in Publisher I've got a worksheet I want my students to fill in about animals. It's got some boxes and some text. In Publisher this file is going to save as quite a large file, and also I don't have the option to share this for other teachers to work on or for my students to work on. So I'm going to recreate this in Word. The first thing I want to do when I open up a new document in Word is change my borders. That way I can have boxes right out to the edge of my page. I'm going to go to Layout and then Margins and select Narrow. This way when I print I will still get everything printed on the page, but I've got more space. Now this is made up of a series of text boxes. If I do this in Word, it might get a bit messy. So what I'm going to do is create this as a table. When I'm creating a table, I want to think about having a row or a column for each of these white spaces as well. That way I'll have a nice empty space without a border. So the table I want to create is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. So back in Word, I'm going to go to Insert, Table, 3 columns and 5 rows. Now I'm going to make this one a bit smaller by clicking and dragging. I'm going to make this first one larger. I'm going to leave the second one as is. Make the next one larger and make the final one larger. You'll notice I haven't gone right down to the bottom. That's because when I put in the borders, these columns will grow a bit fatter. Let's make this slightly bigger though. Okay, this first one is a row without any columns. So to do that in Word, I'm going to highlight all 3 columns, right click and go Merge Cells. I don't need to do anything else at the moment in terms of merging cells because I'm going to use the border painter. At the moment, because I'm in Table, I can click on Table Design and I can select the border that I want. So for a nice edge, I'm going to click on this one. I want it to be a bit thicker, so I'm going to go up to 4.5. And now you'll see that Border Painter is highlighted. You'll see the paintbrush icon appear, and if I click, this will show up and change that border. You'll see I've just lost a row. That's because this border is quite thick. So in a moment, I'm going to make those columns a bit smaller to get that row back. So I'm going to click off to the side, make that one a bit smaller and that one a bit smaller. You'll also see this column's a bit hard to see, so I'm going to make this column a little bit larger as well. Okay, I haven't done these 2 here yet, so I'm going to go back, click on Border Painter, and now I can finish those borders. Now I've got my borders here, but you can see that I've still got those other borders showing up. So I want to go back and this time select No Border. I might zoom in a little bit and then I can click where I don't want those borders to show. You'll notice that the borders look a bit strange here, so in order to fix that, I might actually insert another row. So make that one a bit smaller, click on my table, right click and go Insert, Row to the right. And then this time I'll go back with my border painter and get rid of those ones. And now I've got a nice border there. I'm actually missing a bit of the page, so I just bring that out a bit and make that smaller. And there I've got my table ready for students to fill in. I can put in my text, so in this case I'm just going to copy and paste. Here I've got a line, so I'm actually going to nest another table in here. So insert table, and in this case I want a table that's 2. I'm going to put in features of A in this first box. Get rid of that, enter, and then use my no border and border painter to get rid of those and be left with that. Now I'm going to change that and make it a bit smaller, get rid of this one as well and the top. And then we've got a place that students could type if they wanted to. My animal lives. And an interesting fact. An interesting fact, I actually want to change the orientation of the text for this box. So I'm going to right click in the box and go text direction and change it to the orientation that I'd like. Looking at this, I think this box is a bit big, so I'm going to make it a bit smaller and make this one a bit larger. I've gone over to the page, so I'm going to be a bit cheeky and just get rid of my margin down the bottom. Let's go back and check it in View Zoom on page. And there I have my worksheet that's in Word, which means that students can easily type in the different boxes, or I could print it off. I also have the share option so that I could share this with my students to work digitally or with other teachers.